you know who is showing a lot of stamina is Glenn Beck, the host of the Glenn Beck program and co-founder of Blaze Media. He is joining us now back from the ranch. And Glenn, I want to talk to you about Trump's demeanor tonight. What were your overall impressions of Donald Trump tonight?
So my overall impression, a couple of things, because that speech, when did it start? Last week? Speech went on for a long time and made a lot of notes on it, so I'm going to cover all that tomorrow. But there's two things that I want to hit. First, I've never seen Donald Trump like that. I agree with Matt and Stu on this. I've never seen him like that. There was a gear that I've never seen him slip into before, and that was the first 20 minutes of the speech. It was odd, not Donald Trump at all, but it was refreshing and it was good. He made a lot of great points in the speech and had a lot of very funny lines in it. But I'm gonna go someplace that I'd love to hear your comments on, Stu. I'll be going to bed soon, but I'll be listening to your special on YouTube. I think that it was significant that Donald Trump refused to say the name Joe Biden. He said it one time, and then he made two references to not saying his name. Why did he do that? I believe that's because Donald Trump knows that Joe Biden is not going to be the guy he's running against. And he made a point of saying those guys, those people who we're fighting against, not Joe Biden. Very, very smart of him. Now, I'm just reading tea leaves here, so I don't know if this is accurate at all. But I think Joe Biden is done, and that was the biggest signal that the campaigns, they all know it's not going to be Joe Biden.
Stu?
I want to know if you're just wishing this into existence so you can win the bet against me. That's what
I
think is going on right now.
Well, I will tell you, I did think of that today, Stu. I did think, nobody's really going to walk away with this thing. And it was the 50th ballot at the first Republican convention that brought in the unexpected Abraham Lincoln. And if they do if Joe Biden does leave, they're going to go into ballots. And, all somebody has to do is just suggest that it's Michelle Biden and nominate her, not Michelle Biden, Michelle Obama. And then if, gosh darn it, that's who the people want. I'm just saying, Stu, you may owe me a lot of money.
If you win this bet, it's going to be the most frustrating thing in my entire life. I will tell you that. And I think watching. I think you're right. I think that's probably the reason why he didn't do it. Right. I think maybe also he wanted it to be bigger. You talk about this all the time, Glenn. When you talk about great presidential speeches, they're not intricate policy documents, right? Read out loud. They are big visions of what the future can look like. And, while he did get into some of the policy stuff, certainly the beginning and the end of the speech had that tone to it. And it wasn't about one opponent, right? It was about a vision of America that is vastly different.
Yeah. He's not usually that disciplined, though. He's, one of the first things you learn in my business is don't shoot down. Why shoot down? Don't shoot down. Always shoot up. Well, he is so far above Joe Biden right now, but he's not that disciplined. The one thing that I think has changed in Donald Trump, besides humility, he just looks different. He walks different. He's different. This bullet has changed him. But he is more disciplined in almost everything he did. Towards the end of the speech, we were all watching the speech as he's giving it. And we're like, oh, there he goes. He's off script again. So that hasn't changed, but he's playing this whole week has been played so well. I think tonight actually was the weakest of the nights. If you're a political person, I think the week and the way they planned it was just brilliant tonight it was the showman part of it. I mean, that's Kid Rock and all the celebrities that were on stage and everything else. I think he was just going for the low-hanging fruit of the people who are like, yeah, I guess I'm going to watch it because Kid Rock's going to be on, and trying to get some of the people who don't necessarily pay attention to all of it. I wish America would have paid attention to the full week, because I believe this was the best RNC convention I've seen in my lifetime, and I've been watching them since Nixon.
Glenn, I want to bring in just some commentary that I saw while Trump was speaking. Van Jones actually made a great comment. He said the last time that he was at a convention that felt like this was back in 2008 with Obama. He said, quote, something's happening.
Yes. I think we're at the, I've been saying that this is going to be a photo finish. Who gets to the finish line first? It's either going to be the progressives and they'll destroy America, or we'll pull it out at the very end and it'll be a photo finish, but we'll win. I think this is what it feels like when your horse just starts to pull ahead in the race. And that's what's giving Donald Trump also additional calm. When he was talking about all of the things that he's endured, that they came after me on this, they came after me on this, and we're just going to shut that down. I thought of, honestly, the way I think of God at times. God knows. He's in charge. So he's not surprised by anything. He's seen it all. And, Satan, you're dismissed. And that comes from in God, it comes because you're God. But in man, it comes from just this sense of, I feel the people, I feel the moment. Everybody has their moment where it just like locks in, and it may be a short period of time, maybe a long period of time, but that's what happened to Reagan. He said the same thing from the 1960s, but then because of Carter and everything else that was going on, it just slipped in, and he was in the right place at the right time. 2016 may not have been Donald Trump's moment. This may be the moment where he really locks in and changes everything. I think this was a really inspiring week, especially if you've been feeling like, oh man, we're going to get beat. We're going to get beat. We still could get beat, but it feels different. Something has dramatically changed in the last week.
Glenn, I want to go back to that part about the discipline that Trump shows tonight. What's not in this speech, it's remarkable as you're speaking, I'm thinking, what's not in this speech is justice is coming. I mean, this is a man who is belligerent, is someone who is deadly to his enemies and always pushes back. He just took a bullet, and he did not come in front of the American people and whip them up into a frenzy and say, justice is coming. I'm coming to D.C. and I'm marching in there and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I noticed greater love hath no man. I mean, this is what makes America great. He talked about love a few times, cherishing the memories of fallen heroes and devotion. What do you make of this?
I think that is the change in Donald Trump, and what I was just talking about. He is really good at reading the people of America, and I think that he just feels it. He felt it when he was laying down on the stage, I think, and that moment changed him when he stood up and he said, "Fight." That changed the whole trajectory of everything, and I think that he is. I just think he reads the room really well, instinctively, knows it, feels it now, and it's calming him down to the point to where you don't have to fight anymore. You've already fought. You've already won. The battle is not over. But you've already won. You're now on the high ground. And Donald Trump is used to swinging back. For him not to swing back speaks volumes of where he is and how he's changed.
Glenn, thanks so much for taking the time to join us tonight.
You gonna take the time to show up for your radio show tomorrow?
I am, by the way. Well, I won't get into it.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
okay,
You have
though. You're
3
okay.
hours tomorrow morning,
all
Glenn.
right.
It's okay.
Okay, goodbye. See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.